And I was doing this kind of recovery for the last 15 years. Before anybody did online recovery, I had to. In Uganda, where I'm at, there's no meetings. There's not even internet. There's not even cell service. So I had to figure out ways to go and get, like, find internet, have a meeting, do it virtually. So obviously the pandemic and kind of was better where I got more connected. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I get to really build out my recovery and support systems. But then on the physical side, in my personal relationships, like, I'm known for going out dancing every week and getting friends together and swimming with them every week and having parties every couple months. And all of that had stopped. And so it's just been really interesting to do a lot of internal work of, like, what is necessary now? What is, like, it doesn't mean that I'm not still that engaged or social person, but, like, I feel like the pandemic, the climate, the political environment is all making us stop and go, just like I would with anything in my recovery. What's the highest and the best today? What is, where, like, stop and take a moment, take a pause, take an inventory of, like, what's really working, what serves you, what serves others, and what is just noise. And I think the pandemic, probably more than anything, has looked at, like, who my friends really are. Like, I have a lot of great acquaintances around the world, but some of these people I didn't right size. They were not really my friends. I couldn't really tell them all this stuff. They just wanted the sort of fun, adventurous Siobahn who does this thing, and kind of put me in their pocket as in a different way. Whereas, like, oh, she's just this thing. Whereas I now pretty much only have people in my life who really get me, and I can call when I'm really happy, or I can call when I'm having a really tough day, or I can just say, like, hey, I'm struggling right now, right? And I think, honestly, my husband, who's in recovery, really helped me do that. I met him about 5.5 years ago, and he started asking me questions that I felt like my best friends should be asking me. And, like, he'd be like, yeah, tell me more about that. And so I'd tell him my little pitch, my little story that I'd probably put on freaking some sort of social media thing because I'd been single for so long. And he's like, no, no, I want to hear the real story. I want to hear what really is going on. Like, what do you feel about that? And I was like, what? My friends aren't even asking me this. My sponsor's not even asking me this.
How long were you single?
20 years.
Okay.
But
I'm pro solo in sobriety.
single is a relative term, right? Like, I had a lot of on and offs
Okay.
relationships. I had a lot of, like, God doing for me what I couldn't do for myself, obviously.
Yes.
But, like, I
Yes.
have this feeling that God sort of put me in as, like, a chess piece, like,
Mm-hmm.
and tells, like, I would just meet somebody and I was just like this explosion of cool and connectedness, and maybe they're in recovery or whatever, and we just seem to match. And then all of a sudden, God would just pull them out of my life. I
Mm.
was like, and me and God would be having word. But
This is
and so me and God have this really great relationship, and I was like, and I started to really see, like, honestly, I'm such a driven person that if I thought I found my partner, I'm gonna go for it, right? And so
Mhm.
God kept moving me around. So I was on all these dating sites and all these people, like, it's sort of lots of almost, and then but honestly, it was on about 20 years that I didn't have a partner, and by the time
But
I met
that's
you,
that's so this I love so much because you were able to explore your life, right?
mm,
So by the time that you had this, that Evan came about, that your God popped him into your life,
mhm.
uh, it made sense. It was like, oh, we're having deep conversations. This feels good. This feels right. I'm not going to go away. He's not going to, like, there was a connection there between the two of you that probably it didn't match anything previous to that in that 20 years.
No, and I needed to go, like, there was a reason. Like,
Yeah.
I really believe this bigger philosophy that I would have put all my relationship energy into a relationship. And
Yeah.
I had all of these misfortunes of being homeless and losing a baby, and just all of this PTSD and just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But all of those things created all these businesses or nonprofits or ways to be of service in the world.